Let's talk about Sir Keir Starmer. Sir Keir Starmer's been talking about women again. He's done an interview over the weekend where he talked about how if his party wins the next election, there'll be no rolling back of women's rights. He said that trans rights can't override women's rights. And he also insisted that, yes, he does know what a woman is. He's very, very clear that 99% of women, of course, haven't got a penis. Yeah, almost there, Keir, almost there. But frankly, no cigar. I haven't got a cigar either. 100% of women don't have a penis. That's how you know they're women. Let's talk about this with journalist Debbie Hayton. Good morning to Debbie.
Good morning, Julia.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Now, you are, of course, a trans woman. Very, very, very clear about whether you are a man or a woman biologically, male or female biologically. Seems Sir Keir not quite so clear about this. When he's saying 99% of women, 99.9% of women haven't got a penis, so he's saying that 0.1% do. By that, one assumes he means the 0.1% of the population of women population who claim to be trans. But that still doesn't mean that 99% of women don't have a penis.
Well, no, it just seems that he's gone to the census and found that 0.1% of people ticked a box to say that they were trans women. But trans women are not women. You know, we're different. We're the opposite sex. And Starmer's in an impossible position with the line he's taking. You know, he's sat on a fence, and unless he comes down from it, he's just going to upset everybody. He's alienating women, and let's face it, Julia, the trans activists that he's trying to appease will never be satisfied. Even if he gives them all that they want, they'll come back for more.
I know, it's this, and this is the thing. I mean, people like J.K. Rowling have pointed out, you know, that he keeps talking about equalities law and saying, after he said trans women are women, and that's not just my view, that is actually the law. That's simply not the case. The equalities laws, you know, they use the term sex, you know, your biological sex, which is different from a gender identity. And this is the thing. We're told that to even say this, I get accused of being a transphobe every single day on Twitter for simply saying that trans women are not women. Trans women are biological males who've chosen to live their life as if they were women. Free to do so. I have no hatred or anger or fear or any of these negative feelings towards anyone like yourself who wishes to live your life as you choose. Have a great life. And, you know, why would that bother me or anyone else? The only issue is when we start having to, forcing people to ignore biological reality, to state things we know to be untrue, or when women's and girls' safety is an issue. And you'll know as well as I do, I mean, massive big issue also ongoing about unisex toilets and gender-neutral toilets, where women are constantly, and girls, finding themselves in toilets with, you know, strange men, having to walk past men with their penises out, using a urinal. I don't know any woman who wants this. I certainly don't know any men who want this at all. But, I mean, you're a trans woman, but you can understand why women don't want this. Why can't Keir Starmer?
Well, of course I understand why women don't want it. So I'm married to a wife and I've got a daughter. You know, I appreciate women's concerns on this. I just think that Starmer is trying to please everybody, and as a result, he's pleasing nobody. Everybody's upset with him. He needs to stand back from the situation, and set his policy in reality, not on some fantasy land that we can be the sex that we would like to be. No, we're the sex that nature created us to be.
I mean, this is the thing. You are very aware of who you are, what you are biologically, and yet we're told that when we make statements like, you know, trans women aren't women, that is transphobic, even though it's clearly a statement of fact because the word trans is the clue. And we're told that, you know, we are making life really hard for trans people. Joe Biden, the US president, has been talking about, this sort of genocide against trans people. No evidence for this whatsoever. On the contrary, what we are seeing is abuse, rape and murder of women by men who are now claiming to be trans women. We've seen the Isla Bryce and all these other cases that have come to light. Is there any truth at all to some of the claims that the so-called trans activists are making when they're claiming that they are a vulnerable group, uniquely vulnerable, under attack from women like me?
No, they're not vulnerable. And the problem with Biden's pronouncement is that it's putting ideas into vulnerable people's heads. Young people with serious mental health conditions are hearing what Biden is saying, that they're oppressed, they're going to be genocided, and they're believing these things. It's irresponsible. It's seriously irresponsible of Joe Biden to be making those comments, and seriously irresponsible of everybody else to be making those comments. Trans women in the US and the UK certainly are not an oppressed group. We have got lots of rights. We've got plenty of rights of our own. What we shouldn't be doing is coming for the rights of another group, the rights of women.
Thank you very much indeed for that, journalist Debbie Hayton. Really appreciate you joining us.